Six Flags is the world's largest regional theme park company. The chain currently has 15 different amusement parks in its portfolio, and across those parks, the chain has 165 different roller coasters. In this video, I will rank the chain's best 25 roller coasters. Before starting the list, I need to note that this list will only include coasters at parks that are currently part of the chain. It will exclude coasters at parks previously owned by Six Flags that they have since given up. I also want to give some honorable mentions to a few rides that just barely missed the list. Mr. Freeze is an ultra-forceful Premier Rides launch coaster going both forwards and backwards. This ride can be found at both Six Flags St. Louis and Six Flags Over Texas. Superman Krypton coaster at Six Flags Fiesta Texas is one of the best B&M floorless coasters thanks to its strong inversions and quarry interactions. Then Wild One at Six Flags America is a historic wood coaster with some sneaky good airtime and laterals. Last but not least, if you want more in-depth thoughts about any of these rides, I already have reviews published for all of them. Starting off the list at number 25 is Raging Bull at Six Flags Great America. This is one of the oldest B&M hypers, and this one has a unique twister layout. While it can be underwhelming towards the front of the train, there are a series of fantastic drops in the back row. Most offer lots of floater airtime. Then the first drop delivers some wild flagector airtime with the aid of that pre-drop. Number 24, Nitro at Six Flags Great Adventure. This B&M hyper has an excellent setting in the woods. The Camelbacks and Bunny Hills deliver solid and sustained floater airtime. Then the Helix dishes out oodles of positive Gs. While I think Raging Bull has more power, I give Nitro the edge because of my memorable Holiday in the Park rides. Riding this in sub-freezing temperatures makes it feel like it'll rip my face off. Number 23, West Coast Racers at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This Premier ride's a multi-launch coaster has great elements on its own. The initial wave turn offers powerful sideways ejector airtime. Then the inversions offer some sweet hang time, and the Helix dishes out good positive Gs. But what truly makes this ride special is the racing element. The two tracks are intertwined with each other, so you get all sorts of near misses and unique views. And since this is a quasi-Mobius coaster, you get to experience both sides in a single ride. Number 22, Shockwave at Six Flags Over Texas. This old-school Schwarzkopf looper is a powerhouse. The two back-to-back vertical loops dish out over 5 Gs, and it's an automatic gray out for me. Then this ride has some intense ejector airtime. The drops off the two turnarounds are among the strongest and most abrupt negative G moments out there. Then the ride also throws in some additional airtime pops for good measure. Number 21, Kingda Ka at Six Flags Great Adventure. This is currently the world's tallest roller coaster, and it's a rush. This Intamin Strata coaster begins with a powerful hydraulic launch. The acceleration is pulsed as it keeps on yanking you down the track faster and faster. It is particularly special in the front row as your face gets power blasted by the wind. Then the top hat offers some fun floater airtime over the top and vicious laterals on the descent. This ride is short, but it's oh so memorable. Number 20, Goliath at Six Flags Great America. This is my least favorite RMC, solely because of the length, but the elements it provides are great. This currently is the tallest drop of any wood coaster, and that drop is incredible. It is steep and loaded with ejector airtime. The Camelback and Brake Run entry also violently chuck you from your seat. Then this ride also has two wonderful inversions. The dive loop is chock full of head choppers, then the stall offers several seconds of inverted airtime. It is magical. This ride just doesn't have the bunny hills of the RMCs higher up in this list to fill out the experience. Number 19, Max Force at Six Flags Great America. This S&S creation is one of the best launches on the planet. There's no countdown, a scary head chopper with a tunnel, and an intense acceleration. This compressed air launch goes from 0 to 78 miles per hour, or 126 kilometers per hour, in just 1.8 seconds. It feels like you teleport down the launch track. Then the ride also has a series of thrilling inversions. The first and last ones offer some hang time, Then the high-speed barrel roll in the middle offers crazy laterals. Number 18, Ride of Steel at Six Flags Darien Lake and Superman Ride of Steel at Six Flags America. This was the original Intamin Hypercoaster layout. The pacing is not as refined as their later coasters. There are some bits of straight track and 2 long helixes, but the ejector airtime at the start and end of the coaster is wonderful. I love the sustained negative Gs in the third hill in particular. Then the final few bunny hills try to launch you into the ionosphere, and both versions have good settings. Darien Lakes takes place above the water, then Six Flags Americas goes out into the woods, resulting in an exciting night ride. Number 17, Jersey Devil Coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure. This RMC Raptor has an amazing first half. The first drop is intense ejector airtime in the back row. Then the Camelback, Turnaround, and Mid-Course all offer sharp ejector airtime as well. Then the 3 inversions are wild. The Dive Loop has aggressive laterals. Then the Stall and Zero G roll leave you suspended upside down for several seconds at once. The second half lets its foot off the gas though, but the return run still offers nice floater airtime and some great near misses with supports. Number 16, New Texas Giant at Six Flags Over Texas. The original RMC may not have the pacing of the company's later coasters, but it still does a lot well. For one, this has the far more comfortable Gerstlauer trains. Then the ride is a long layout. The first half is strong ejector airtime in the first drop, and the smaller speed hills. Then the overbanks offer some laterals. Then the second half keeps popping you out of your seat, even though some of the hills are not quite as intense as newer RMCs. Number 15, El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure. This Intamin prefab Woody has 4 of the best airtime moments in the world. The first drop is exceptional in the back row. The back car gets ultra powerful and sustained ejector airtime. Then everyone gets comparable airtime in the following 2 Camelbacks and the famous Rolling Thunder Hill. The other parts of the ride are good, not great. You have some floater airtime in the middle, then the ride has some snappy twists towards the end. But the directional changes can be a bit rough nowadays, especially if you're riding in a wheel seat. Number 14, Wonder Woman Flight of Courage at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This has nearly the same layout as Jersey Devil. The first half is just as awesome, but the second half has way more power to it. All of the bunny hills in this one offer ejector airtime, making the experience more complete start to finish. Number 13, Twisted Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia. This is one of the shorter RMC hybrids, but it packs a lot of elements in. The first drop is violent ejector airtime, as do many of the smaller bunny hills. Then I love the hang time on both the reverse Cobra roll and the Zero G roll, but the best part has to be the large wave turn. It is one of the best elements of its kind, as it offers forceful and sustained sideways airtime. Number 12, Tatsu at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This is the best flying coaster in the Western Hemisphere. For one, it has an amazing setting on a hill. The sight lines from the lift hill and the high turns are breathtaking, especially if you get a night ride during holiday in the park. Then the ride has 4 excellent inversions. The corkscrews and barrel rolls are delightfully floaty. Then the pretzel loop is one of the craziest elements in the world. It is an assault of positive Gs, and I love how this comes towards the end of the ride, so you build on up to it. Number 11, Wicked Cyclone at Six Flags New England. This RMC hybrid certainly has length to it, but that sometimes works to its disadvantage because the final lap can be sluggish, but it still manages to toss you from your seat at least. Then the ride is front load with strong airtime. I particularly love the first drop, the smaller bunny hills, and the insane outer bank buried in the structure. Then all 3 inversions offer blissful hang time as well to complement those negative Gs. Number 10, Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. The prototype RMC Raptor is a fast-paced blur. It looks like a cartoon off-ride between the narrow track and ridiculous speeds, and the pacing feels equally as relentless on-ride. The 2 largest drops offer some of the sharpest ejector airtime on the planet. Then the dive loop and S-Hill also offer intense negative Gs, while also being paired with wild laterals. I just wish there was more of this coaster because it's over in a flash. The ride had some shuffling in my latest rides, but it is in the midst of a refurb that should help smooth it out. Number 9. Goliath at La Ronde. This is one of the best rides in the world for floater airtime. This coaster is a repetitive layout of camelbacks, all of which lift you out of your seat for seconds at a time, so I don't mind the repetition. Then there are a few twists towards the end mixing in some laterals. This ride also offers some breathtaking views of Montreal along the way, making the airtime even more magical. Number 8. Joker at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. This is one of the more underrated RMCs. I think the drops are excellent and loaded with airtime in the back row. I particularly love the twisted first drop. It's one of the best drops in an RMC as it combines strong ejector airtime with sharp laterals. Then the ride's 3 inversions are fantastic as well, particularly the stall as it blends inverted airtime with countless head choppers. Number 7. Medusa Steel Coaster at Six Flags Mexico. This is one of the smaller RMC hybrid coasters, but it also manages to be one of the fastest paced ones. The train zooms from element to element. Many offer strong ejector airtime, most notably on the turnarounds and the off-axis hill in the woods. Then the turns offer lateral jolts as well, and the ride's 3 inversions are all fantastic. I particularly love the hang time on the barrel roll down drop, and then the elongated barrel roll towards the end. There is no dead space in this ride. This ride moved up my rankings in 2023 because I finally experienced it at full force with steel wheels and the full 6-car train. Number 6. Superman El Ultimo Escape at Six Flags Mexico. This was the last coaster Morgan ever built, and it's their best ground-up hyper. This ride starts off with an interesting pre-lift with some airtime pops. Then the main layout offers a smorgasbord of forces. The first drop and bunny hills offer super sustained floater airtime. For the latter to deliver, the mid-course needs to be off, and fortunately, it usually is. But the helix is the star. It switches between strong positive Gs, shocking ejector airtime in the hills, and intense laterals on the twists. Number 5. Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia. This may be the most intense B&M hypercoaster. This one has sustained airtime as usual, but the negative Gs cross into the ejector territory. Then the far turnaround offers crushing positive Gs, and it's a major grey out for me. And I love this ride's placement as well, as it leaves the park's boundaries, running along rides, roadways, and even some water. A few of the valleys do have a shake to them, but it's not enough to spoil everything this ride excels at. Number 4. X2 at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This was Arrow's final coaster, and it's a revolutionary ride. This was the first 4th dimension coaster, meaning the seats can flip along the layout. Add in forceful elements and hyper heights, and this ride is downright insane. The inversions are breathtaking. The nearly vertical first drop performs a flip at the very last second. The first Raven turn rapidly switches from positive to negative Gs. Then the camelbacks offer oodles of weightlessness while also flipping you. And the final Raven turn is the most intense positive Gs in the ride. This element is extremely shaky though, as are a few other parts, which does keep it out of the top 3. Number 3. Twisted Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This RMC hybrid is another quasi-Mobius coaster. While the operational setup makes dueling inconsistent, it is a treat whenever you do get a duel. It is such a unique sensation getting near misses on a coaster this intense. But even when you don't duel, the elements are strong on their own. Most hills offer strong ejector airtime. Then the 2 inversions are wonderful. The stall has inverted airtime, then the 0G roll has vicious laterals. And since you experience both tracks, this ride has plenty of length. The lift hill in the middle does disrupt the pacing, but I love everything else about it. Number 2. Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England. Intamin's second crack at a hypercoaster was far more fruitful. This is one of the best layouts ever devised. The first half is an out and back coaster with sustained ejector airtime, and the fourth hill is one of the best elements of any coaster. Then the second half is a twister combining positive Gs, quick airtime pops, and near misses as you wind your way around the DC Universe section. I know many people take issue with the bulky lap bars, but they don't bother me or inhibit the forces. And coming in number 1 is Iron Rattler at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. This RMC hybrid is one of the coolest settings of any coaster, as it takes place on a rock quarry. The two largest drops take full advantage of that location while offering exceptional ejector airtime. The initial plunge in particular is my favorite drop of any coaster, between the scale, negative Gs, and the lateral kinks from the S-bend. Then the other elements are fantastic as well. I know this ride is criticized for being slow atop the quarry wall, but the elements all deliver for me. The 0G roll is phenomenal hang time that morphs into airtime on the exit. Then the bunny humps and sideways hills also toss you from your seat. And the airtime is extra sweet in this one with the Gerstlauer trains. So those are my favorite 25 roller coasters in the Six Flags chain. What are your favorite coasters of these parks? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.